Okay, this is our second video, and forgive me, as I loaded it up and reviewed the video number one that you just watched, I realized that I skipped over, going back to the note page of O'Collins, under the formation of Scripture at the very top of the note sheet. Number two there, it's in bold, all sacred Scripture is inspired, but not all content is supernatural revelation. Here is where I wanted to discuss with you the other sheet that's loaded up there on Populi, O'Collins and the Catechism of the Catholic Church on Revelation and Inspiration. It's right above the videos, and it's right beneath the note sheet from O'Collins's chapters. So again, please pause if you need to and make sure you grab that document and have it in front of you so I don't need to screen share. Okay? So O'Collins claims, I should make a shout out. I'm indebted to Charles Luke for pointing to this important matter. I had gone over it too quickly, and he pointed out that O'Collins here is contradicting the Catechism of the Catholic Church, which, if you look on the note sheet in the column under the Catechism, is our sure norm, firmum regulam, for teaching the faith. So I just can't let O'Collins get away with this one. All sacred scripture is inspired, but not all content is supernatural revelation seems incorrect, clearly. So if you look at the sheet, down under the column on the left is O'Collins, on the right is the Catechism. O'Collins makes the distinction between supernatural revelation and, on the right, or the second column from the left, matters not derived from some special divine revelation, but rather the wisdom of the ages based on common human experience. And he's thinking of things like Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, where indeed it's just really good human wisdom on one level. So that's O'Collins's distinction. And he would not extend revelation to the matters in that right column. Indeed, he says they're not derived from some special divine revelation. In very sharp contrast to that is the right column under the Catechism, right, our sure norm. The Catechism also makes a similar distinction. There's supernatural revelation, right, things that are just utterly beyond us. We're not talking about Ecclesiastes. We're not talking about Proverbs and so forth. And then on the far right margin there, the many truths that are accessible naturally, or naturally accessible to reason. But go to the center there where those arrows point you in that center column on the right under the Catechism. These many truths naturally accessible to reason, it says, these, although accessible to reason alone, have been revealed. And it points to the fact that they're necessarily revealed because of the ravages of sin. While one might live wisely by nature alone, it's quite hard. And most of us, I think most of us, miss it, if not upheld by grace in some way. So reason's been obscured, as we know. The will has been led astray or weakened. We talk about a darkened intellect and a weakened will. And because of that, God, in a great care for us, has revealed even the naturally knowable things. We actually saw that back in our consideration of Revelation in Vatican I, right? When we were doing the Revelation unit. So that's why O'Collins is wrong on this. If we make the difference or the error of O'Collins a little bit more intelligible, that's the bottom row of the sheet. O'Collins seems to base the distinction too narrowly on the nature of the content, right? If it's supernatural, it's revealed. If it's naturally accessible to reason, it's not revealed. So he's thinking too narrowly in terms of the content. Please look over to the bottom right quadrant of the chart. The Catechism bases the unity of the two on the requirements of salvation history. Right? Because our mind is darkened and our will is weakened and infected with sin, God reveals even the knowable things. Right? And the example the Catechism gives at that point is the Mosaic Law, and things like the Decalogue. I mean, particularly. right? This is from the Catechism 2070. The Ten Commandments belong to God's revelation. And 2070 says, the Decalogue contains a privileged expression of the natural law. 2071, forgive me, the reference on the chart is 2017, but that's incorrect, it's 2071. The commandments of the Decalogue, although accessible to reason, have been revealed. To attain a complete and certain understanding of the requirements of the natural law, sinful humanity needed this revelation. So the Catechism is basing it first on that soteriological criteria. For our salvation, God needs to reveal and help us even with the natural law. And then I think, and this is the second point under the basis for the Catechism's unity on these matters, while O'Collins focuses on the content, the Catechism, I think, more rightly focuses on the nature of the speaker, because God has spoken both the supernatural truths and the natural law or natural truths in Scripture. It's proper to say that those things have been revealed because of the speaker. The speaker is the divine one. So that's a very, very important caveat and or distinction. Another place, I'm afraid, where we really can't follow O'Collins. Okay. So once again, I'm going to end this video here short so that it posts up. So keeping them little nuggety videos for you. Okay, so please look for yet a third video. Thanks. Peace.